Mick ate some bad cheese, boys. Bad cheese. Oh. Welcome back to another episode of Toon Talk TV, the top animated podcast on YouTube. I'm your host, Mick, and I'm always joined by Bob and Fred. This is Toon Talk TV, the top animated podcast. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, be sure and like, follow, and subscribe. Be sure and check out the Patreon. Patreon.com/WeAreTheTelevision. Got some cool behind-the-scenes stuff there. And we got mugs. We're mug people. We drink coffee. Bob, how much coffee do you think you drink a day?
I'm on my second cup today, but normally it's just one cup and then decaf. You know, decaf from there out.
Nerd!
What about you, Fred?
Yeah, I do the same thing, actually. Exactly.
I knew it. You care about your health, you loser.
I'm a nerd.
I do two cups, and then that's it, dude. 2 cups, cut it off.
Hard cut?
It's done.
I used to do like 5.
Yeah, I used to do a full pot.
Yeah, dude. That and cocaine, dude, for breakfast.
Mick does 2 cups, and then he does the other kind of pick-me-up, if you know what I mean.
Whoa.
Anyhow, this is a show about cartoons, not coffee and cocaine. So, today's tune, it's a little shorty called Record Highs. It's actually an award-winning 2D animation, boys, if you didn't catch that. Award-winning.
Oh, I caught it.
And it's by Beryl Allee, who animated this beautiful tune. Now, I kind of just want to dive into this and get your guys' first impression thoughts. Bob, let's start with you.
Okay, here's the thing. Definitely amazing. Fantastic tune. Award-winning, definitely worthy of it. Do I think that some people in the comments embellished some of the deep meaning behind this cartoon? I think maybe. I think
You're a comment reader, eh?
I am. Sometimes I like seeing what people have to say about it, and I feel like sometimes if you leave it open enough, you give the audience a great opportunity to read into it as much as they want. And I felt like this was a tune that did that, and I think that's a very good thing to do with your cartoon. I think that's a smart thing to do with your cartoon, to make it so people can almost make the tune about whatever they want it to be. Animation in this, amazing. Concept in this, fantastic. I think just animations of frogs look cool as hell. But like bringing it to an end of the world and like a social commentary on how our world is falling apart. I mean, maybe that's what they tried to go with this animation, but part of me thinks that maybe the audience just embellished that part a little bit and went a little far with that. How do you guys feel about it?
Well, all right. So first off, I thought the direction on this was done really well. I thought that it starts off super tense. Even the title card with it's bright red text on top of a bright pink background. The tension already starts. Like, I can barely read this. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then the sound effects are great. There's no dialogue, and it starts off with a bunch of frogs screeching, like just and then the frog is coming down from the earth, and you figure out what's happening. It takes a while for the plot to
unfold.
Yeah, I think it's good for storytelling. I think that like it keeps us interested. And then touching on what you said, at first I took it really fucking literal. I thought this was like Greta Thunberg wrote this, and it was about fucking global warming or something. but then afterwards I'm like, well, wait a minute. No, this could just be about
Olympic frogs.
Right.
Or just like the pressure of doing something huge and failing, or maybe knowing something like the end of the world is coming that a bunch of other people don't know, and how that weighs on you. I do think that is a great characteristic for a film to have, because it just or even just artwork in general. I feel like it's good for an audience to jump in and make their own conclusions.
It invites conversation.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Yep.
And I feel like that's a very strong quality to have in your film. And I think that's actually partly what makes it award-winning.
I think there's a little bit of me that has this notion of, if you knew the end of the world was coming, if a giant meteor was skyrocketing to Earth, wouldn't people just continue doing just what they're, like go about my day, kind of just finish
Would
out
you?
what
Fuck
I started?
No.
Would you?
No, I
way.
would flail, dude.
I mean, there's a little bit about me, because this frog sees what we assume is probably the end of the world, and when it lands, instead of kind of going nuts, it sticks the landing, kind of walks over to where it's sitting down. It processes like, oh man, I could have stuck that landing a little bit better. So there's a little bit of me that's like, if the end of the world is coming, just just keep doing what you're doing. It's all gonna end anyways, type ordeal.
The second frog didn't stick the landing.
Yeah,
The first one did.
yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like that goes into saying that maybe noticing that has something to play in with, like, is it really that important to care about these little things that we're all striving for when a bigger problem is at hand? You can go on and on about topics about this cartoon of what they intended, but I actually like the fact that it was open-ended and just a talking point.
Or what if it wasn't open-ended? What if it was just about global warming?
Mine is kind of the opposite, Bob. What if you gotta care about the small things because you can't bother with the big problems?
Hey, you got a good point. You really can't do shit about that.
How am I going to stop the end of the world? Yeah, what I can do is stick this landing, win this gold medal, ascend into heaven, frog heaven.
You guys are wrong. It was about global warming, you idiots. Dude.
I hope it wasn't. I hope it was just about, no, I just wanted to make some Olympic frogs.
Which leads me to my question. Mick, what are you doing daily to prevent global warming?
Let's see. I only buy liquid death aluminum cans. I vacuum every day.
Gotta vacuum.
And I only
vacuum.
order from I only order from pro-capitalistic fast food restaurants.
Wow. Saving the earth one day at a time.
One stinky cheeseburger at a time for Mick, dude. Anyhow, yes, I thought this tune was great. Check out the work. We will definitely link to the description below. And to invite conversation, let us know what you're... Well, I mean, we know that on their comments, there's a bunch of comment sluts that Bob here reads into and associates with.
Come on, that's the best part of YouTube.
Fucking comment sluts.
Let us know what you thought about this cartoon and what your thought. Is it about global warming? Is it about small, big, and large things you can't control? Is it about Olympic frogs doing high jumps? Let us know. But with that, any final thoughts on this one, guys?
Fantastic cartoon overall. Animation, killer.
Frogs, killer. End of the world, killer. I will say, before we go, the space scene where the frog gets to sees like the galaxy all around. I thought that was beautifully drawn. Like, I thought that was like one of the best scenes of the entire animation.
Oh, surprisingly, one of my favorite scenes of this was the beetle that he was eating, and he rips the legs off of the beetle.
Yeah, that was good.
Kind of gross.
Dips them in a little ranch sauce, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/wearethetelevision. We will be back next week with a brand new episode. Stay tuned.
We are the television.